In my PowerShell classes, while we're learning about input validation, I often get asked the question, is there any way to make the error message a little more friendly? Well, in this episode, we're going to find out how. Error messages are key for you and I to get our code to work correctly, but for our end users, they can be very confusing. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at what the default error message is when you're doing input validation with PowerShell. Here in our sample code, I have a function that I call test error. Now with test error, I'm doing validate script. That means I can write a little piece of code that produces a true or false value. True if the matches the validation, false if it does not. To get this to work, we take the current object in the PowerShell pipeline, which represents whatever the user entered in as the parameter integer 1. And then if it is greater than 10, that becomes true and it validates the input. If not, then it's false and the input is not validated. Let's go ahead and put this function in the memory. And now I'm going to test it with a value that should not work. Down here at the bottom of the screen, we can see our error message. So on our test errors, cannot validate the argument on parameter integer 1. Then it's given me the actual validation code. And it said that the value 5 did not return a result of true. Okay, that's really not descriptive. I mean, even to a program, the person ran the code, it might be a little confusing. To the end user, oh yeah, that's bad. So this feature I'm about to show you is available in PowerShell 7. Those of you who are using Windows PowerShell, you're not going to be able to leverage this feature. Here in our code, we are going to add in a new argument to our validate script validation, and that is called error message, and I'm going to give it a message that I wanted to say to the user. Let's go ahead and put this new function in the memory, and then let's test it. And there you can see. Now, some of the original nasty message is still going to be there. So here we have test error cannot validate argument on parameter integer 1. Now this is okay because it's telling them which parameter it's having trouble with. Here's our part. The value you entered is not greater than 10. I find that to be a little bit of a better response than what that default message is. Let's see if we can customize this out just a little bit more. In this example, I want to include the value that was provided by the user. So the way how I can do that is right here. I'm referencing 0. Now 0 refers to whatever value was provided for this particular parameter. Let's check it out. Putting it into memory and now testing. And here we can see our part of the message, 5 is not greater than 10. So I am able to provide more information to the user about what this particular error message actually means. Thank you for watching. Hope you found this helpful. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and I'll see you next time when I answer another question for one of my IT classes. Take care.